Okay, so here we go. We are making spicy beef ramen, okay? And it's gonna be keto. So I asked you guys on a video the other day, and I said there was either gonna be between ramen and pho. A lot of people said pho, but I've never actually had it before, and I didn't want to make something I didn't know if I liked. So, and this stuff, honestly, guys, just because I've never made it before, it wasn't very cheap. But if you've done this before, I think you'll be all good. So, we are going to use the healthy noodles, which you guys know I love these. It did require 3 packs of the shiitake noodles, but I think these are bigger than the actual pack. So I think we might be all good. But I'm definitely going to buy more. You guys are wondering where I get these. I get these at Costco. They are in the refrigerated section where you would find like the cheeses, and they're in a box too. So you guys know that cheeses, like the specialty salads, stuff like that. But there you go. That's where I'm going to use those. We got some organic bone broth just because I wanted to find something that didn't have any carbs, and you got to be careful. So this one has no carbs. We're going to use a half of an onion. I had to buy all these things today, but we had to get some chili paste. So it's gonna give it, that's what's gonna make it spicy, which I'm really excited. And you can use extra for topping too. I heard this is really, really good. We had to get some rice vinegar, some sesame oil. Pretty sure we had to get that. I don't even remember now. Yes, rice vinegar. You can use regular olive oil, but I'm just gonna use the sesame oil because, you know, we're gonna keep it authentic. I got liquid aminos. It does ask for soy sauce, but this is a alternative to it, and it doesn't have all the sugar. It has less than 1 carb per teaspoon, and yeah, you don't have to worry about all the sugar and stuff like that. So this is a good alternative if you like a lot of soy sauce. And we had to get fish sauce. Never had this before, but it is 0 carbohydrates. So I was like, okay, oh, it's anchovies, water, sea salt. Oh, there is a little sugar in there. Oof, I don't know. I've never eaten this stuff before, so I'm excited. Only ramen I've ever had was the kind that you get from Aldi. But it did require some mushrooms, so I got some of the ones that were on sale. These are, what are these ones called? The crimini mushrooms. So I got a pack of those, and these are the shiitake mushrooms. I have these before, and these are bomb. These are really expensive. I think these are $7.99 a pound. Yeah, I didn't get that much. So I got that. I got some green onion just for the top. I think I might actually use the green onion instead of the yellow onion, honestly, because these are less carbs. And then for the protein, we got some roast beef from the deli. This is just, and we're gonna cut it up and I guess throw it in there. But luckily this was on sale for $6.99 a pound, so I was pretty happy that we got that. So it doesn't require a whole pound. It required like 10, 15 slices, but I was like, well, I'm not gonna be like, can I get 10 slices? So I just like, oh, let me get a pound, and then we could always eat it for like lunch, so not a big deal. But yeah, so this is just salami that I forgot to put away. But these are our ingredients. I'm gonna leave this whole recipe down below, but first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna clean off all these mushrooms. Clean your mushrooms because they are in dirt and they fungus, so you want them to be nice and clean. So let's do that first. Oh wait, did I need this too? Oh, I also needed, hold on, I'm forgetting stuff. You see, I'm so excited. I got a little sprig of ginger, so you need some fresh ginger. I always opt for like the fresh one, and some fresh garlic. Okay, you can do like ginger powder if you wanted to, but I've been really digging using fresh ingredient lately. So yeah, let's clean off these mushrooms and get this stuff prepped up and be right back. All right, let's start this again. All right, we got a tablespoon of olive oil. This is the extra virgin olive oil, the Greek one. I was gonna use sesame, but I remember it having like a strong flavor, and they didn't specifically say it, so I'm not gonna like try to be the boss right here, okay? We gonna let these people tell me what it's about. So we gotta warm that up. Our diced up green onions. I opted for green onions because they are way less carbs than yellow onions. Yellow onions have a shit ton of carbs in them. So I think they have like, gosh, I don't know. I want to say like 10 for like half a cup. It's crazy. Got my towel on my shoulder. We're real cooks now. Yeah, so let's get them all coated with the oil and get them to cook down a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to heat all this stuff up, and then we're gonna let the broth simmer for about a half an hour. And then we're gonna add like the roast beef, like once we boil it up. I'm also going to hard boil some eggs. I have a little egg cooker. I'm gonna do that because I want to, when it gets a little bit closer to the time. All right, so those are cooked up. We're gonna start adding our bone broth. I'm going to add, it says I think 5 cups. So we're gonna add 1.5, I believe. So this is only gonna be for me, Leo, and Rhea, because the other 2 will not eat this because it's gonna be spicy. So I'm gonna make them just like some homemade chicken noodle soup. Okay, so about 1.5 of the beef bone broth. That way you're gonna get your electrolytes in, super keto, and no carbs, okay? Be careful with the beef broths and stuff like that. All right, and next we're gonna start adding all of our stuff here. So, right here, if you guys can see, hopefully you guys can see, this is about 1 tablespoon of fresh grated ginger. I'm gonna drop that in there. Putting in some real work here, like. Now this is gonna always smell like ginger, and Leo's gonna kill me. Don't know how to do that. And then I'm just gonna stir this around real quick. You guys already know I got my garlic press. Like I said before, I get this from Bed Bath & Beyond, and I got some cloves of garlic. I leave the skins on and everything because this press is gonna catch it. And I'm going to just press them in. So at least with this too, you know what exactly is going into your soup. You don't have to worry, you know, if they're using any sugar or, you know, it's pretty clean. You can obviously skip the beef bone broth and do vegetable. You can do whatever you want. All right, so now we're gonna start adding the fun stuff. So right here, I have the fresh chili paste. We're gonna add 1 teaspoon. That's it? Okay, I don't know how. Y'all, this must be real spicy if that's all they're using. I've never used this before, so maybe it is. Oh, this is the fresh chili paste. It smelled paste. I don't know what I just called it. I hope it wasn't anything bad. But it smells like it got a kick to it. So, yeah, it smells like spicy. So, I bet you Leo loves this. This has 0 carbs in it too, so that's cool. I wonder, this is, because Leo loves sriracha, so I bet you he's gonna love that. All right, what's next? We're gonna use the fish sauce, which I'm 1 tablespoon of the fish sauce. Hold on, I gotta try to get this bad boy open. 1 tablespoon of the fish sauce. I did find this at a local supermarket. I didn't have to go to like a specialty market or anything. I just went, oh, that smells fishy, to the like Asian aisle. It says tablespoon, right? Oh yeah, it says tablespoon. Okay. All right, now they're getting serious. So next up is this heavy hitter, the liquid aminos. We're gonna take 1/4 of a cup of that. So I got my gingerbread man measuring tapes, or measuring cups here. 2 shots of vodka. Come on, alrighty. 1/4 of a cup of that bad boy. We're gonna come through with this rice vinegar. I love this for your like homemade salad dressings. Bomb. So good. 1/4 of a cup of the rice vinegar. Okay, that was easier to pour. Toss that in there. We're gonna give it a stir. Okay, it's looking good, looking good. Smells good. Okay. Right here is our mushrooms. So I chopped up some of the criminy ones because I figure they're gonna shrink. It says only 4 ounces. I may have done a little bit more, but I am, because they are gonna simmer, so they will shrink, guys, and they're gonna give off water too. So I wanna make sure, I don't know if I necessarily need all these mushrooms, but the shiitake ones are like, that means you a boss. You got these in your soup, you on that level, honey. So, these other ones I could always save for like a meal. It's not a big deal. So, if I want to add more later, I totally can. Okay, we got them in there. We're going to season with some salt and pepper. I'm gonna add a whole teaspoon of salt. Maybe just a half a teaspoon, because I don't know if this stuff's salty or not. So I feel like the vinegar might be salty. I don't know. I've never cooked with this stuff before. And then we're gonna add some pepper. This is really easy, guys. This is like literally like a dump and go soup. So this would be great for like during the week and stuff. Like if you guys just wanted to like have a hot bowl of soup. It's winter, you know. Or if you're feeling like, man, I can go for something like carby, you know, but we gonna fake the funk and not be carby. All right, so I'm gonna let this simmer for about a half an hour. Let it come to like a low boil. I'm gonna leave it on like medium low, let everything marry, get nice and happy together, and then we will be back and we'll start adding our noodles at that time. So all right, I'm gonna clean up my mess. I'll be right back. Okay, so while my soup is cooking, girl, I'm going to start on these hard-boiled eggs. This is just an egg cooker. It's from the company Whole Life. That's really the name of it. Whole Life. But anyways, it works pretty good. I've had it for quite some time, and it makes hard-boiling eggs a breeze. But if you have like, you know, your Instapot out, you can totally do that too. So it comes with this little cup. You fill it up with whatever, and if you want like hard-boiled eggs, like cooked all the way through, I was gonna make them where they're a little runny, but Leo would die. So I'm just gonna make them hard-boiled, but they do have a like needle at the one end, so you're gonna poke a hole. Do that. I'm not gonna make like a hole. Maybe I will. I'm real sensitive. After I did that egg fast, guys, I can't be messing around with these eggs. Like, I used to love eggs, but now I'm like, bleh. Total food aversion for me. Oops. And then we'll make one more. And then that way, if Leo wanted to take some to work, he could. You put the little topper on, you hit the switch, and now your eggs are cooking. The end. So, real easy. Okay, so we've been simmering now for maybe about 15-20 minutes-ish. And you can see the mushrooms have really shrank. They're in the broth. I did try the broth. The broth is really good, but I was really on point not to add any more salt because that vinegar is a little salty. I'm really thinking I'm going to add a little dollop of that chili paste to mine, but it's looking really good. So I wanted to show you guys that. Also, this right here is about 10-12 pieces of the roast beef. I just chopped it up, and I'm going to throw it into our soups. This is a fresh, like, picking of cilantro, and I rough cut it. And that is some green onion that we can sprinkle on there as well. Our eggs are almost done. You got to let them kind of sit for a minute, and then I'm going to, like, peel them. And then we're going to rinse these noodles, and then we'll toss them into each bowl. We're not going to put them in with the broth because you can serve, these are ready. You don't have to cook these if you didn't want to. So we're not going to. But I like these ones better than the shiitake because I feel like the shiitake ones kind of have, I mean, they're okay, but the ones I've been getting lately had like kind of a smell to them, I felt like. And these ones don't have like that bite that they have, like that gelatinous bite, you know. These are actually very, very good. I really like these. The macros are on point as well. Let's see if I can get this to focus so you guys can check it. So 1 net carb. So for this whole pack is 2 carbs. So not bad, and it's actually filling too. So I really, really enjoy these. And it says versatile and ready to use. So yeah, this is actually so simple. I'm very glad that I stepped out on the edge here. It is a little bit of a pricier soup if you didn't have the items, but this is something that I'm probably going to be making like once a week now, because this will be great for me for lunch and stuff like that. Okay, so we're getting about that time, so we are going to take our noodles. These things are super easy. You just tear the top off, and I have my strainer sitting here in my sink. Just pull them out. And they don't have like a weird smell or anything. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I take some warm water and I am going to just rinse these noodles, okay? And I rub my hand through them just to make sure everything is coated, and then you can break it up, okay? Because it's been sitting in that water, so you want to make sure everything is cleaned out. You know what I'll do is I'll see if I can find the number for these, and you guys can call, and I'll link it, I'll put it down below, and then you guys can call your Costco's and see if you guys have them in your store. Or maybe you guys can find them on Amazon or something. I just give them a little bit of a shake to make sure we get all the water. Clean up. So here is our broth. We're gonna start adding our noodles. Yes, oh, I'm dripping water on the floor. Look, hell yeah. So excited. When I was pregnant, okay, this is probably not the most healthy thing to admit, but you guys will understand why I was almost 300 pounds. When I was pregnant with Becky, I was so sick that all I could like eat was ramen noodles. And that's all I ate. Not the best like healthy pregnancy, but I was super sick for her. Okay, I'm just gonna let these kind of sit and get some of the juice, absorb some of the juice here. And I'm going to get a bowl, and we're going to, I'm gonna peel those hard-boiled eggs real quick, and then we're gonna start plating everything up. But I'm not gonna add any salt to it because I think it's salty enough for my taste, but you guys, it's a preference, okay? But yeah, here is our ramen. Okay, so here is our bowl of ramen. We have our roast beef. You can see some of the mushrooms sticking out. We have some cilantro, a little dollop of the chili. We have some green onion, and then our egg. So if we just go ahead and we're gonna mix everything together. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. And we can just look at that. This is legit the best thing I've ever come up with. Look at that. All right, let's try it, okay? So I know you guys like when like Leo and Rhea try it, but they're obviously not here right now. So it's gonna be my turn. But I can say this, I am a ramen noodle aficionado. We used to call it oodles and noodles, but all right. Okay. I really like that chili sauce. It got a kick to it, but it's like a sweet kick. The cilantro brings like a little something extra. But look at this big old hearty bowl of noodles. Guys, this is bomb. And it was super minimal carb because we were really conservative with our, we used the bone broth. We use a different type of noodle. So whatever ingredients that you go ahead and use is gonna vary your carb count, and everything's different, but this is hella low carb and so good. Like, this is going to be a hell yes for me. Look at that. And a big old bowl, and I love some broth. That broth is really good. Okay, I'm gonna eat my soup. Give this video a thumbs up if you're here for it. If you guys are new here, hey, what's up? My name is Danielle, and we cook keto around here, and we do a little bit of everything else, but we cover keto quite a few times a week, and I would love for you to subscribe. Super easy, super keto, super good. It's just super duper. But all right, guys, I will see y'all in the next one. Take it easy, friends.